Hello tubes, how are you doing tonight? This is Friday, New Year's Day. I hope everybody's having a happy New Year's. I gotta keep a little bit of water in my system because my throat dries out easy. Thought I'd take a little break from the shop and the lawnmower and the go-kart and stuff and show you another little venture that YouTube kind of got me started on. I got a new hobby now, and it's flying a little drone. This one here is a Sky Viper. It's a toy. Got it at Walmart, and it was like $88 for it. And I put little eyeballs on mine, as you can see, and I kind of gave mine a name because then it kind of gives it a little personality, and I kind of look at it as a pet. So now I'm a little bit more protective over it. Don't ask me why, it's just a mental thing. But I heard somebody else mention about naming their drones not to do it, but I thought it'd be kind of cool. That way, it's kind of a mechanical pet. But I named him Blinky. Don't ask me why. But see, I've got a Q500 4K Typhoon that I haven't even taken out of the box yet. And so I decided I was going to learn to fly this here first, because you have to do everything. Now the Q500, it almost flies itself, but I didn't want to do that, just go jumping into that without knowing any of the other basics, because with this one here, you have got to control everything. And let me get this up here and I'll show you. This is the controller for it right here, okay? These are your trim buttons, okay? You know, you can get it to where it can hover, but it may drift to the right or it may drift to the left. Well, then you just set the trim buttons on it. And the throttle now is, you have to have it all the way at the bottom, you know, because the higher you go, the higher it goes. So, but it does tricks. It does videos and pictures, but I have the camera off now because it flies a little bit higher or longer. But it'll also do a barrel roll stunt. And but if you got the camera on it and hit the stunt button, it'll just go 360 degrees in a panoramic video. And so but like I said, on the Q500 it almost flies itself. So I'm training myself on this, and I'm doing it everything that they say you shouldn't do. Okay, now when I first started flying this, I have it facing, the front of it facing me. And then that way I can, because see, when it's facing you, if you hit the button for it, the knob for it to go left, it'll go right. Or if you hit it the right button, it'll go left. And so that's what I'm training myself on first, is to be able to do that when it's coming towards me, to where I can do that, okay? And then I've got, after you get it up in the air where it just hovers, well then whatever which way it drifts, you go ahead and you set the trim buttons and try and keep it in one place. But you know, this little $80 drone right here, it's going to be, I fly it in the house, and it's really hard even in the house to have it hover in one place. So I'm always sitting here kind of feathering it around whenever I'm flying it. Fly time without the radio, I mean the camera on it, is probably about 7 or 8 minutes is what I've got. And another way I'm training myself too is I want to make it hover in one spot, as close to one spot as I can for a full battery charge. And this morning I actually started going from the living room to the kitchen and then back to the living room again, getting a little brave, going down, I want to go down the hallway, but I don't want to do that yet because that's pretty tight going down there. So I'm just training myself on this. It's baby steps, and then today I also worked on it with it facing away from me, me looking at the tail of it, and that way when I hit the button for it to go left, it went left. When I hit the button for it to go right, it went right. So, you know, then forward, forward, back, back. And but I've got it on the rookie setting, you know, the number 1. It's got 3 different settings. Last night I was doing it in the 2nd setting, but today I decided to go back to the 1st setting. And I'm not quite ready yet to fly the Q500, but I hope by this time spring gets here that I've mastered this one here a little bit better. I've got another one coming in the mail too that's about this size, but it has a few little options where this one doesn't. And so I was going to try and give you a demonstration here in the garage today if you'd like. Now, whenever I leave and come back to fly this thing, what you're going to see whenever we turn the camera on is you're going to see the back of me, because I'm going to fly it, the drone down the garage, and I'm just going to fly it back, and I'll just fly it back down, maybe, if I'm lucky, okay? So, I think this would be kind of a neat little deal today, you know, because like I said, well, last snowy days that we had snow and ice on the ground, I've been stuck in the house. And this is the first day that I've gotten out since the storms, and I tell you, I love it. So I thought today, being New Year's Day and everything, I'm going to start the year out showing my new hobby that I got off of YouTube, and from watching other videos of other people's, and I just, you know, I've always had a fancy for flying anyway, and I've always liked radio control. So I'm just going to mix the two together, because all my radio control before this was 4 wheels, and I had an RC-10 truck that was made by Associated that I drove over here at the RC track. But this is the first time I've done any flying, and I tell you what, I love it. And today, when I took it out today, and I actually took it outside and flew it, and see, I still got it. I didn't lose it. Okay, I bought one of these that didn't have the camera on it about 4 months ago, and the second time I took it out to fly it, I lost it. I mean, I had it in the air 10 minutes and it was gone, because I thought I knew it all. Oh, you know, this would be easy to fly. No, they're not easy to fly. So what I did on this one this time when I bought it is I read the book, the manual, and the instructions and all, even the specs, 2 or 3 times before I even attempted to fire this thing up. And like I said, I've taken baby steps, because when I first started using it and flying it, the only thing I wanted to do was hover about a foot off the ground and set the pitches, the trim it out, and then just kind of hover there. Then I got to where I kind of moved forward, backwards and sideways and forward, and then up and then down, and then on the yaw I just turned it around, and I got to where I could do that and got really kind of comfortable with the controllers. And I can't believe I actually was brave enough to take it outside today with a 12-mile-an-hour wind, and I still got it. I was able to control it, and I never once came close to losing it, which was a blessing. So, like I said, I just think it's going to be fun to watch this thing fly and watch me make a fool of myself out here flying it into the wall or the ceiling or the lights or anything like that. But I'm going to get everything kind of set up here and get everything ready and see what we can do. And then, like I say, when we come back, you're just going to see the back of me and me trying to fly this bird. So Happy New Year again, and thanks for viewing. I really appreciate it. And if you like what you see, hit the like button, and subscribe if you like, and tell some of your friends if you like about me. I'm just a crazy old man. I'm a teenager. I had something I put on Facebook, you know, being a teenager is having and wanting everything that we wanted when we were 20 years old, but now we have it all, and all this other stuff. And sometime I'll get it all printed out and I'll read it off to you so you'll know what I'm talking about. But it's kind of funny, and it does make a lot of sense. So, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and pause this, and I'll see you all in a little bit. Bye. Hello again, Tubes. Okay, now we're back, and we're going to take this little booger bear out to fly it. Okay, I just hope you'll be able to see it all the way. I'm going to try and go all the way down to like right here. Okay, I don't know if you can see it or not, but we're going to try. I don't know. I wish I had an automatic zoom. I need to find me a camera that has a remote control on it, and that would be a lot easier. But I'm going to plug this in and set it down here, and we're just going to see what we can do with it. Okay, see, there's the lights. They're flashing now. Okay, then we'll set him down here on the floor. Okay. Now, here we go. Just bear along with me here now. I'll see what we can do here. Okay. See, the trim's way off on this. Okay, hang on here now. See, I forgot the ceiling fan was running in here, so I got to pick it up and set it off over here. And just bear, like I said, just bear with me. This is going to take a little bit of getting used to because I'm still learning myself. Okay, we got him planted on the floor. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, hang on, did it again. I zigged when I should have zagged. And the one thing too about these things are tough little boogers because I've crashed this thing several times now. And I don't know why it went backwards on me. Maybe, like I said, okay, let's try this one more time, okay? Here we go. Oops. Okay. I need to turn this fan off, don't I? Well, let me set it down here. We'll give it one more try. I'm having fun myself, so sorry I'm not talking through it, but here we go again. As you can see, I still got a lot of practicing I got to get done. But like I said, I'm not going to quit until I can master this thing. So here we go. I'm going to try and fly it to me now. goes the battery. Okay, the lights start flashing, that's it. It's over. So let me go get it here so I can turn it off. But that's just a little sample of how much I've advanced. Now that's been about a week and a half of me practicing like this. But I'm enjoying it, and like I said, if I can learn to fly this toy and control it a lot better, and before I fly the Q500, but like I said, the Q500 almost flies itself. It's because it's all hooked up to a bunch of American and Russian satellites. And let me grab some water here just a second. And I mean, it's pretty sophisticated. It's also got a camera on it. It's got a gimbal. And it's got a function where you can push a button and it'll say, follow me, and it'll follow me, or watch me, or it'll watch me. As long as I have that radio in my possession, that thing will never leave my side and will stay wherever I set it at as far as altitude. And the law in America is, I think it's 400 foot is as high as you can go, but in Canada I think it's like 1,600 feet. And I've read where some of these drones can go up 8,000 feet, and yeah, I bet that's, you got to have a heck of a radio to do that. So I'm telling you, this is a new hobby that I'm starting to like, and you know, I'll put on more drone videos as time goes by to see if I get better. Then whenever I go to fly the big boy, the big one, we'll be able to fly it to where you can see me flying it. And I've got some sunglasses that's got a camera in them, then that way I can record me flying the bird and the bird looking at me. But I'm telling you, this little Sky Viper that you get at Walmart for 80 bucks is not a bad little chopper. And like I said, I had the one that's just like it, but it didn't come with a camera. So, and see the cameras, let me get this set down. The cameras go right here, okay, right there below the battery. And this has only got like a 7-point voltage battery, and it's 650 milliamp is what the battery is on it. And like I said, without the camera and these little protectors right here, you can get more flying time. But I really don't want to take these protectors off. I got some extra blades with this when I bought it, but I haven't had to use them yet, and I want to keep from having to use them and see how long I can actually keep this thing going without tearing it up and get me ready for my Q500. And I want to see what that other one is like that I'm getting in the mail, and see how it compares to this. But like I said, it's got a couple of features, but I can't remember what the features were now. And so back up here. I thought it was fun to have you guys out here to watch me do this today. I've been wanting to do a video about this little drone anyway. Like I said, it's a new hobby, and it's a nice hobby to have inside during the winter if you get one small enough to fly in the house. And that Q500 I have, there's no way you could fly that in the house. I'm telling you, because it's big. And because the props on the thing are probably, I don't know, about that long, you know, and it's a pretty heavy copter too. And but it's just it's a fun hobby, and I wish somebody else that's tried it or something's let me know what your experience was. But like I said, I've got an unorthodox way of training myself. Everything that they say not to do is what I'm wanting to learn to do, so I can control that issue if it shows up while I'm flying one. I mean, yeah, I could have just took that one out and just learn on it. But like I said, I'd rather get something that's fully manual like this one, where you have to fly it in order to fly it. I mean, it doesn't fly itself. I mean, I cannot take my hands off the throttle button, because it's either it either wants to go up or it either wants to come down. You have a lot of trouble finding that happy medium, because of the prop wash, for one thing. The closer to the floor you get, the easier it's going to hover, but the higher up you get, it tends to want to wander a little bit. So, I mean, I'm running a lot on this, but the only thing is they put a plug on there to turn it off and on. I wish they would have put a switch on it, but it's just a plug. And I don't know how long that plug's going to last, but I've been real gentle with it. And but I'm going to call this one here a wrap. And as soon as I decide to get out here and do this again, we'll try and record it, but I want to try and make it to where I'm a little bit better at it next time than this time, because I felt like a buffoon doing it this time. But I appreciate you viewing. If you liked it, hit the like button. If you didn't, nope, you didn't. So God bless all of you, and have a happy new year. And we'll be seeing you guys on the next video. So you all have a wonderful new year, and as I always say, keep the rubber side down.